I'm Dutch, and let's react to the Americans. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Joe, and I'm a typical Dutchman. And if you're planning to come over to Europe for your holidays or to live here permanently, or if you're wondering why is America so expensive in comparison with Europe, then you are at the right place, because in this channel we take a look at the cost of life and living in America versus the cost of life and living in Europe or in the Netherlands. And for today we're going to take a look at 11 reasons why you should not why you should never move to the Netherlands in 2024. It also says never. From Marcelo Kadima. Let's start with a subscribe and a like. And then I'm wondering why he said, if it's sarcastic, it could be that he really meant it's good to go, or has he really some valid concerns? So let's take a look what he has to say about this, my beautiful country.
The Netherlands is probably the most beautiful country I've ever been to, but
okay, the start is already good. Yeah. Ooh, this is a snowy road, and the first, you won't see this that often. It's not that you can see every year for days this kind of beautiful sight in, I don't know where it is, but it doesn't snow that much in the Netherlands.
Unfortunately, this beautiful country isn't for everybody. So here are 10 reasons why you should probably never move to the Netherlands. The last one is probably the most depressing one.
Depressing one? Okay, let's hear what he has to say.
First reason why you should probably not move to the Netherlands is it is difficult to find a place. Before you move to the Netherlands, you have to arrange a place a month in advance. Because the Dutch housing market is in a deficit of 360,000 homes. And if waiting for a house isn't your cup of tea, you should probably not move to the Netherlands.
Yeah, he's right. That's what I say in many videos. It's not only in the Netherlands, it's Europe in general, that there is a housing crisis. It's way hard to get a house. And he's talking about 360,000 houses short. It could be, I guess, because now in 2025, it could be that it's almost at 400,000 or so. Yeah, we have a lot of people coming over from all the countries, let's say from Ukraine, from Middle East, all fleeing to the West, and they need a house and they need a job. But a house is the problem so hard that the people who are living in the Netherlands, let's say somebody's son and somebody's daughter want to go live together at their own place, they have a hard time. So if you're coming over, yeah, he's talking about months in advance. I would say a year in advance. Be sure that you have a good place when you come over. He's absolutely correct in this.
Okay, second reason, this country is full of tall people.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're short, most especially as a man, you'll never find love here.
Oh no.
So you should probably not move to the Netherlands because of that.
No, that's not true. We don't judge by your length. You don't exactly need to be, like I hear often in America, like, oh, he needs to be 6'2", and no. If you got a good personality, you will find your love over here. It has nothing to do with how tall you are. Nothing.
I just got you, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I would say.
Just kidding. Yeah, seriously though, I'm 6 feet, but here in the Netherlands, I really get tired by women. Lots of women here. tower over me. So that's
Oh, he's already 6 feet. Yeah. I don't know. How tall is 6 feet? Let's take a look. I do not know. $6 feet would be 182, almost 183 meters. Oh. Then he is as tall as that I am. So,
useful information.
and other women, no, most women are, let's say 5 feet. Five, yeah, not 180. No.
For you to know. Second reason, the weather is cold.
The AI expert from Fiverr just launched our app.
The app significantly improved the site's conversion.
So, second reason, the weather is cold.
The weather is cold, depending what you're used to, but he's correct. The summers are not there. No, the winters are very cold, but the summers could be very hot, but we only have a short time. Only really good weather we have from May, June, July, if you're lucky, August also. But most of the time, from September to April, it's not good weather.
I wanted to shoot this video in the winter, I mean when it was still snowing, but it's whatever. Maybe you can see everybody's wearing a coat.
Yeah, I was looking because he's wearing a hat. I don't know how to call this, what he's wearing. A cap. But he's walking in a winter coat, I guess. And so I need to see more people.
Just shows how cold it is. I'm also wearing this balaclava jacket just because it is super cold here.
He's on a marketplace. Yeah. It's blue sky, so it's a clear day. It's been a colder day, so yeah.
So if you are someone who are not used to the cold, maybe where you come from is relatively warmer, then probably the Netherlands isn't for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is. Cold. It is super cold. To expect to the summer, the summers here are really nice.
Yeah.
But if you look at all the seasons, yeah, then
it's pretty cold all the time.
it is pretty cold.
You get cold hands as well, because I do get cold hands.
Always,
all the time.
always cold hands.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Always. Now we're as well. Always cold
Okay.
hands and feet. Yeah.
Okay. Third reason, it rains all the time here.
It's cold weather. It rains a lot, but not all the time. But in comparison, you are in the upper sphere of the... So, like Germany, high up in Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, Great Britain, it's all in the same line. It's raining a lot, but it's not all the time. No.
This is also weather related. And as much of the Dutch people say, the weather is really shitty. And if you're someone who doesn't really like the rain, yeah, probably the Netherlands isn't for you.
I don't like rain.
What a good advice is, if it is a good weather outside and you're gonna take a walk outside, bring an umbrella. It's always good because you never know. At one moment there is a nice sunny day, and the next moment it comes down. It rains like cat and dogs, I call it. I remember that the name is. And then 15 minutes, half an hour later, the sun is out again, and nobody knows what did it rain when? Half an hour ago. Oh, I didn't notice. So yeah.
First of all, I think here in the Netherlands it rains in average time about twice a week.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
But in the autumn, it rains every day, all the time. And the winters are very cold, but the winters are not just cold, but also very wet. Yeah, I think that is the bad situation here in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when it rains, do you wear coats or what? How do you do to protect yourself? And you?
Actually, I'm used for it. I think when I came here, when I was 7.5, it was hard for me, and I always wear a big winter jacket.
Yeah.
And but I'm not like the typical Dutch guys that when it starts to rain that they wear a rain jacket. Then
really?
no, not really.
Yeah, we probably would wear a rain jacket, go outside. Yeah, in autumn and in winter, the winter aren't that cold anymore than they used to be, because that's general because we have climate. The climate is changing with global warming exposure, so that's not as cold as it was before. And because it's not that cold, it rains more. Yeah, but that's part of the region entirely in the northern Europe. It's Denmark, Sweden, Finland. It doesn't matter where you go, it rains everywhere. So don't come to the Netherlands if you hate rain.
I'm from LA, that's like sunny skies and like bright beaches and everything. So the weather caught me a little bit off guard, but I think it's nice to have rain every once in a while because everything in LA is like so dry.
Yeah.
All the plants are dead, so it's kind of sad. But here, like, it's so cool to just think like you can plant anything and it will grow because it just like naturally, you know, this rain, it's nice. Rain is nice every once in a while, but now I do miss the LA weather.
Yeah, if you're used to LA, it's a different kind of weather.
Fourth reason, this country is just freaking expensive.
Yeah, depends on what you understand as expensive, but let's hear about it, what he says about expensive.
While you could be able to make a living here, according to worldpopulationreview.com, the Netherlands is the 17th most expensive country to live in the whole world.
Living here is quite expensive for us as well because I'm outside of EU.
Yeah.
And I have to pay more than 8,000 euros per year. So
For
that's
tuition.
kind of for tuition as well, and also for the living cost I have to pay like around 1,000. So it's kind of 2,000 per year.
Okay, so do you
Per
live
month.
with family or something?
No, I'm staying bachelor, like
Okay.
alone.
Yeah, he's a student from outside. Yeah, and he's paying 1,000 a month for rent. That's in, depending where he's at, I guess in Amsterdam, like most of the time. Leave Amsterdam because it's one of the most expensive regions you can be. But yeah, it is. Yeah, but you're from outside of Europe, outside of the Schengen area, then yeah, it's more expensive. Yeah.
Okay, so you said the living expenses are very high.
But in comparison to the US nowadays, yeah, I can buy a shopping cart full for several weeks for, I guess, 100, and that's the same that you can buy for $300 or $400 in the United States. So.
For you because you're not from the EU, because you also pay a lot in the tuition fee.
Yes.
And how about the transportation and the food and everything else? I don't know, gas or electricity, all these things.
For like I already mentioned that with the like living cost, like my rent and like transportation, food, if I include everything, that comes like 1,000.
1,000.
1,000 a month. Healthcare, food, transportation, electricity, 1,000 a month, and he's done. Yeah, and that's his tuition. Yeah, because he's from outside the EU, he has to pay. That's part of it. Don't complain that we don't have enough houses. But we will support these people from Bangladesh that they come study over with us. Not a problem, but yeah, you have to pay more. It's one over the other.
€1,000
Yeah.
per month, or
Yeah, per month. My living cost and 1,000 is tuition fee per month because I paying in like I think it's like
installments.
subscription. Yeah, installment.
Installments.
So it's 2,000 per month I have to pay like for stay here.
Okay, that's everything that you have as expense per
Yeah.
month to stay here.
Also, insurance is kind of expensive here.
Yeah, it's like
€140.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that part of the expenses that you have?
Yeah, €140 health care. Insurance is expensive. United States, what did we say? 150 a month. That's it.
Yeah.
And the rest is free.
Yeah, that's also part.
Okay.
So if someone wants to come here, then it's really
You have to
expensive.
be
I would
prepared
say.
for that, yeah. Reason number 5, Dutch people are very direct.
Yeah, it's the culture. We are very direct. If you're following my channel, well, it's a good idea to press the like button and subscribe button. Then you know I am honest, direct to what I see and how I react. So
In the Netherlands, people just say what they think. The Dutch don't have any social ratings, any social cues. If they don't like you, they'll just tell you straight to your face, and this might come off as abrupt or rude to you.
Dutch directness is something that caught me off guard. I know you hear about it a lot, but I think like in person it's very like surprising. For example, I had a group project and I was talking to someone, and then I said, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna be there or something, and they said, we'll manage without you. And I was kind of like, whoa, okay, like what? And then I was talking to my other friend about it who's Dutch, and she said, yeah, he said they'll manage without you. Like, oh yeah, go have fun. And I was like, no, to me that said, oh, like, you know, yeah, go away. Like, we'll be fine without you. You're like,
You're nothing.
yeah, you're nothing for us. And so I was kind of like taken aback. But there's just like other instances like that where I feel like people are like
Too
very,
direct.
yes.
yeah, but she thought she didn't like her, but they say, well, okay, let's go, have fun, no problem. We will manage without you. It's not a problem. And she was, oh, what? Huh? Yeah, we manage.
It's very direct, yeah.
Do you like it, or do you think?
Okay, I'm
But he's talking to students from Bangladesh. He's from USA. I hear that's all about student life.
used to a culture where everyone is like really, really fake, and even if they don't like something about you, if they're like, oh my gosh, I love your hair, it looks so good today, even if they don't really like it that much,
Yeah.
or they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're so nice, like let's be best friends, and then they could turn around and like talk crap about you. That's just kind of American culture, so
Yeah.
I like that it's like you
Yeah, you won't get that one here. We'll be polite bringing it, but we will say what we want to say.
have to worry a little bit less about like who's your enemy and who's your friend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I'm like a little half about it. I wish there was an in-between of Dutch and American culture.
Then that would be the best for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
People are very direct here. They say what they think and what they want, and yeah, we respect that other people are direct too, and not yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, another student, I think they are at an art class, if I'm looking at what I see here.
it doesn't really hurt you if someone just straight tells you whatever truth about you. They're not trying to.
No, I think it's really good to express yourself and how you think about things.
Yeah. So you hate it when someone is trying to be overly nice for no reason, when they can just tell you what they think.
Yes.
Okay. And do you prefer that? You like it better when it's direct and instead of?
I like it better when people are direct, but they have to be themselves, so we respect that also.
Reason number 6, language barrier. Unless you magically already speak Dutch, people here will obviously and rightfully expect you to speak Dutch. If you're someone that doesn't wish to adapt to that, then you shouldn't move to the Netherlands. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about if you
Again, not a student, but we will answer you always in English. We will comply if you ever. We don't expect anyone to speak Dutch. I know how hard it is to learn Dutch, but if you want to live permanently in the Netherlands and get a passport and voting rights, etc., then you have to do an inburgeringscursus, as it's called. It's a naturalization, more or less, course that you need to learn the language, understand the law, understand how voting works, etc., then that's part of, Let's hear what she has to say from Poland.
then you shouldn't move to the Netherlands. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about if you experienced any form of language barrier when you came to the Netherlands.
For now, not really, because here everyone are kind of like speaking in English. If I go to the supermarket or shop, everyone is like happy to speak English, but of course it's obvious that people would rather you to speak Dutch in here. I am learning Dutch right now because I just moved here like a month ago. So
Oh, she's already learning Dutch? Good.
for me, it's really important because I understand that people can get frustrated that you are in the country and, for example, don't know the language.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Ooh, frustrated? Then she had some bad issues. Because it's really not frustrated, but it's more frustrating for the ones who don't speak Dutch because they don't understand the jokes. They don't see hear the difference between sarcasm and cynicism or real something. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, and to make best friends with Dutch, it's harder when you don't speak the language, but it's never been held against you. No.
It happened that you go to a supermarket and the prices are in Dutch, or you get asked something in Dutch.
I'm trying to ask, or I'm with my like translator and trying to translate some things because like everything is in Dutch, like prices, and even if I go to the supermarket, the name of the things. Stuff like all of it is in Dutch.
In Dutch, okay. And
that's normal. If I go to America or to England, it will be in English.
when it comes to, I don't know, official stuff, you get like letters from the taxation office, for example. Is it in Dutch or in English?
Yes, they are in Dutch. When I was in like wherever I go, like any letters, they are in Dutch. And if it comes to the government, they are also in Dutch, but they can translate it for you, and like if you have any questions, they can like help you with understanding more.
You can even ask to send the same letter in the language you need in the original. She's from Poland, so she can ask to the government, whoever sent her the paper, like, I want to understand what you're sending me. If it's really important, please send it to me in Polish. And now you will get it in Polish.
But do you not think it's more convenient? It would be more convenient if you already spoke Dutch, right?
Of course.
It is,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better when you're speaking Dutch, of course.
Of course, it's really convenient. That's why I'm trying to learn the language as fast as I can.
Okay.
Wow, square houses.
Reason number 7. High taxation on everything.
Yeah, high taxation. From outside, yeah.
In the Netherlands, you can get taxed up to 49% of your income. You get taxed for renting a place. You get taxed for renting a place that allows pets. You get taxed for sewage. You get taxed for parking. You get taxed for insurance. You get taxed for social security. You get taxed for parking.
Nah, he's bringing up stuff. You're not being taxed for parking. No. And the other one wasn't correct either. I think, let's slip. But let's go back. Which one are true and which are false?
On everything. In the Netherlands, you can get taxed up to 49% of your income.
49% of your income, not correct. No, depending on what your income is. The higher your income is, the higher your taxes. Something that they should do in the United States. But somehow, some president prevented that the rich have to pay more taxes than the working class. In the Netherlands or in Europe in general, the less you earn, the less tax you pay.
You get taxed for renting a place.
Tax for renting a place. No, you don't get tax for renting a place.
You get taxed for renting a place that allows pets.
No, you don't get tax for renting a place that allows pets. You don't.
You get taxed for sewage.
Yes, you get tax for cleaning. Not only sewage, for clean water, garbage collection, etc. Cleaning of the facilities around your house. Yeah, that's part of your civil taxes, city taxes.
You get taxed for parking.
No, you don't get tax for parking.
You get taxed for insurance.
Yes, you get tax for insurance. Yeah, it's 21% if he's talking about... yeah, okay.
You get taxed for social security.
And getting social security, but you don't get tax for social security. No. Only, like I said, when you have good money, the higher your money is, the more taxes you have to pay.
You get taxed for parking.
No, it's the same. He already said this. No.
You get taxed for inheritance. And
for what?
You get taxed for parking.
No.
You get taxed for inheritance.
You get taxed for inheritance. Yeah, but I know what he's meaning. Inheritance tax. Yeah. Good, but only if you inherit something like more than 250,000 euros, then you get taxed about it.
And the list goes on. There's even a Dutch girl that I know that made a joke to me, and she said, in the Netherlands, you can also get taxed for breathing. The most scary times happen when you get one of those blue letters sent to your house. If you know, you know.
The blue envelope, yeah.
No. Sent to your house. If you know.
This is gemeente. 300 and almost 400 euros. The blue taxes, yeah.
You know.
I was looking at this one. The type of taxes in the Netherlands, payroll taxes, yeah. You pay tax on your income, of course, your income taxes. And of those taxes, you get your social security, corporate income tax, transfer tax, excise taxes, social security contribution, income tax, water taxes, consumption taxes, gift tax, VAT collection, parking tax, capital tax. Yeah, this is all, we call it BTW. Belasting toegevoegde waarde, tax for, yeah, it's roughly to translate, but it's a kind of VAT for everything, of course, yeah, but not 49% of your income, no.
Reason number 8, it is difficult to make friends.
Making friends is hard. He's absolutely correct. If you don't speak the language, you already said this, if you don't speak the language, then it's hard to make friends. Yeah.
Culturally, Dutch people tend to stick to their old friend group, the people they knew before. You will definitely be seen as an outsider, and even more if you don't speak the language.
In the Netherlands, when people have a friend group, they sometimes stick to that group and are not really open to invite new people. So that's good to take into account if you come to the Netherlands. It's not true for all of the people, but some of the groups are really like, if you are new and they don't know you, they are sort of like, okay, stay away.
Yeah.
So, but they're also really nice and open-minded people. But yeah, they are really like, they like to keep things the way they are. So
yeah, a bit conservative. Looking this for what is he? What can I do with it? But you can make friends, especially when you're becoming the partner of somebody who is already part of a friend group, yeah.
That's the same with French.
Do you think it makes it a bit harder to make friends when you're not Dutch? Because, like you said, they prefer to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
So is it only to other people who come into the country, or even other Dutch people?
I would say also other Dutch people from other villages. It's really like stick to
the same
core
group.
base.
Yeah.
But I think in the city there are more open-minded people. They like to meet new international.
So it kind of depends on where you are trying to move. If it's a big city, then it's less likely to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
And if it's a smaller city, then people are most likely gonna tend to
that's
stick
really
to.
a stereotype, but I think stereotypes are there because they are true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she is absolutely right. Nothing to say, nothing to add to it, what she had to say. She was right.
Reason number 9, the Netherlands is a flat country.
Problem solved. Fiverr's got talented freelancers for anything we need. Yeah!
Reason number 9, the Netherlands is a flat country.
Yeah, we are a flat country, except for the region that I live in, all the way south. We have some hills. I won't say mountains because I cycled a lot in the region of Belgium and France and Italy and Switzerland and Austria. And those are the mountains, the Alps, etc. But when the Netherlands talk about the hills or the mountains of the Netherlands, they talk about my region, but those are only hills. It's not a mountain at all. Some friends of mine who say, yeah, I have to cycle every day up that mountain there. You know, which mountain? Yeah, you go over the bridge, over the river. So you have to go up to the bridge, over the bridge, and all the way down. And that's for him calling it going uphill. Yeah, it's flat. It's flat as flat can be.
Okay. There's no mountain, there's no hiking. Some parts of the Netherlands is below sea level, and the rest,
some parts, almost 2/3 of the Netherlands is below sea level.
most of it is flat, which makes the wind a very present part of the country and the weather. Have you guys done any hiking?
Not around here.
Not here.
Not here.
We can't.
You can't do it here. Can you tell us why?
Well,
we don't have any mountains here.
It's like a flat earth.
But have you ever done any hiking before?
Yeah, I think so.
And when you do hiking, where do you go?
Well, I went on vacation in Austria, and there were a lot of mountains, so we went hiking over there. And in the summer break, we did also some hiking in Spain, I think.
Spain?
A few years ago, yeah.
For me in Italy, I guess. Somewhere. Yeah.
So it would be hard for someone who likes to hike here because the country is flat, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't go here. Not for the mountains.
No, they are absolutely right. You shouldn't come here, come over for to hike. But on the other way, if you get a train, going to a place where you can hike is only 2 hours by train. You won't believe it. It's only 2 hours to Austria or to Switzerland by train. Maybe 3 hours by train, and then you can hike all the way, all day if you want to. It's not that far. They're talking about different countries, but different countries in Europe are only 2 or 3 hours away by train. In comparison to America, where you drive for 3 hours on a flat state, it's still a flat state. Harlingen Heerenveen, ring.
Reason number 10, missing your loved ones and feeling lonely.
Okay, that's an emotional part. I cannot talk about and react about this one because that's personal to him.
Of course, this has nothing to do with the Netherlands itself, but if if you move here, you might be farther away from your family, might miss them sometimes, and if you're not visiting them a lot, this is something probably you should take a look at and not move to the Netherlands if you can't take it. Something else also that I forgot to add, if you don't know how to make friends, because it is already a bit harder to make friends, then you will feel lonely. You will feel lonely a lot of times. That's for most places. When you move into it, you will feel lonely until you are able to make friends. Do you live with your family here, or you're just alone? Not alone. Okay. And do you miss them sometimes?
Yeah, I actually don't visit them very frequently. Maybe I've seen them twice since my stay here.
And how long have you been here?
Probably around 7 to 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. So you miss them sometimes, maybe?
Exactly.
From Spain, yeah. But again, it's by train to Spain is a bit longer. To Barcelona, am I correct? Yeah, to Barcelona it's 12 hours by train. And to Milan is also 10 hours by train.
Yeah.
Spain, it's also a big thing, I think. Like culture. Yeah. Not many Spanish people.
I see.
That was it for today's video. If you disagree or agree with the video, leave some comments down below in the comment section. And if you like the video,
yeah. He was right about a lot of stuff, not everything, but a lot of stuff. It's a good video. He touched the really good stuff about what's culture, what is stereotypical about our culture, about the things we do and how we are, how the weather is. So if you're coming over, really think over, do your research. Call me. I will help. Watch my videos if you're coming over, and yeah, learn a lot about what he was talking about to a lot of students. So it's a student video, but it's good, not a problem at all. If you like the video, then press like, and if you want to see more of my videos, this is a good place to start. And if you would like to subscribe, it would really be appreciated. It will mean the world to me if you actually be a subscriber of my channel, so we can build fast a good community to ask questions and to help each other with any questions that there are, for me to you or for you to me. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.